Greetings, it's Vaygrim, here with another quick mod guide, this time for Minecraft 1.7.2. Very interestingly enough, I'm not delving into 1.7.2 very much just yet, specifically because it's still kind of nebulous. There's a lot of mods that are still in states of flux. They're still changing quite considerably from 1.6.4 to 1.7.2. And that state of change is still being determined. That being said, there's a lot I still think is worth noting and looking forward to on the 1.7.2 front. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of mod spotlights on this, a lot of mod guides on content for 1.7.2 just yet, but this is a simple thing, and it's a big quality of life improvement that I'm looking forward to. I can't wait to use it. Now, in Ender.io, already in 1.6.4, you have this. If you get a Yeta wrench and right-click on some base of a capacitor bank, I almost forgot what this thing was called, you can change this little pattern on it. Basically, this means the capacitor bank is going to pull in power from any block that's attached to that spot. This outputs power to anything attached to that spot. And this is inactive, which means it has no interaction at all with any block put here, which is very nice. It means you have tight base builds, very tight confined spaces that you can actually work within. And I like that a lot. This means it's even more configurable and even more flexible. Well, that puts us in a situation where we can actually use that. But the one thing I thought was, wouldn't it be nice if that was on the machines? Well, it turns out that that capability is in 1.7.2 on machines. And I didn't even have to ask CrazyPants. He just kind of read my mind, which is very cool. So a standard ore processing line for the Ender.io version we have for 1.6.4 would look like this. You have a chest. You put something in there. Ender.io item conduits pull it out and put it in the sag mill. The sag mill processes it and shunts out its contents over here where it gets cooked, processed, and ejected to this chest here. Nice and clean, simple automation. You have ore doubling with a chance of a little bit extra here and there. Now, that is very nice, but I can do that one better. If you actually get your Yeta wrench with a new development version of Ender.io, you right-click on a machine, you get those same inputs, outputs, both input and output, and deactivated, which is very cool. So you can actually configure these machines, and they'll even keep their settings if you configure the sides and then pick them up by shift right-clicking with a wrench. But there's one better. Configure IO. What's this? We can actually look at these different sides and see what we want to change, pull in, and what slots it goes into or pulls out of. It's very cool. Well, taking that in mind, you can consolidate that all the way down into this. I have 2 iron chests from the Iron Chests mod by CPW, I think. And I put in a piece of iron ore. It will get pulled automatically because I have the interface set. You click this and you can see just this machine. Pull in and it goes to that slot. Output, and it pulls from that slot and pushes it over to the next machine. This machine is set up the same way. It pulls in from the side to those top slots and outputs from the bottom, pushing it into the chest above. Not only do I have all of that automation, I slim it down from about 5 blocks to 2. This makes me very happy. This also means no pipe adjusting and going back in the walls. All you have to do, if you decide you want to grind something but not have it sent over to the alloy smelter, is go over here. Whoopsie. Didn't mean to do that. You just drag with your left mouse button, right-click, just disable that temporarily. If you want to be absolutely sure, put it to disabled. That means that this machine over here still can't pull. And that's cool. Then, after you process some things and you want your automation line back up and going, Just right-click and set the settings back to how they were. It is very, very similar to how it happens in thermal expansion. And this makes me very happy. I love the tight builds that you can do in thermal expansion with some of the machines. And now that is even more capable here in this actual thing. The user interface is getting overhauled dramatically in Ender.io for 1.7.2, and it's really seeing some big strides and improvements. One big thing I'm very excited about is simple quality of life improvements, like a recipes button. Yes, previously you could click here, but not everybody sees that on mouse over, and not everybody thinks about that. Well, now you've got the recipes button, which gives you the information that you actually need. It's very nice. You still have mode change buttons down here. You now have the new configure IO, and you can even toggle showing all the adjacent content on or off. Makes it easier to deal with, and I like that. So now I can just dump my ore into this consolidated build. It all processes, it all gets pushed through, and we're all happy. I'm very excited about some of the ideas that CrazyPants has here in the 1.72 version of Ender.io. And there may be more mod guides on it in the coming weeks, but for now, I think that there's a lot that still needs to be worked on before 1.7.2, playing in 1.7.2, really becomes a reality. There's a lot of core mods that a lot of people use that just don't exist yet. So, be patient. Wait and see. Yeah, 1.7.2 is not a surefire thing yet, and there aren't really even any mod packs for it. I think there's FTB Unstable, but even that is technically kind of a developmental test mod guide. It's not really official. So, yeah, grain of salt. But I thought that I would show you guys at least a glimmer of what you have to look forward to when 1.7.2 and future versions finally do roll out. There's a lot coming down the pipeline, at least for Ender.io perspective, that I'm very excited about, and I think you should be too. So, don't hold your breath for more 1.7.2 mod guides just yet. This was a deterrent, a change from the ordinary. We'll get back to our regularly scheduled content, probably looking at logistics pipes next week. We'll get back onto that and do part 3. In the meantime, though, this is Vaygrim, signing off. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you spending your time watching my video. Goodbye.